weird in my tea. Ah, sorry. It is so cold today in Vancouver. I required a tea to warm me up. But hi, everyone. Welcome back. If you're here right now, you're on the YouTube channel, so thank you for watching my face. I'll do my intro for the podcast and then we'll just get right into the episode. So hi everyone, welcome back to Mindfulness in Minutes. It's me, Kate Mayhew, here talking to you today. Sorry again that it's been a while. I think the last episode I posted was on Friday and this one is being posted. What day is it today? This one's being posted on Wednesday. My days are like all off. Because of the long weekend and because of traveling and etc. But thank you for being here today. Again, sorry it's late. And that sentiment is actually going to segue us right into today's episode. So today I wanted to talk about kind of how we evaluate our success and like the importance of not apologizing for learning and growing, because that's something that I find that I do often. Like I'll have these goals and like be like, okay, there's like no compromising on this. Like for my content specifically, you know, I want to post 5 podcast episodes a week, and that's the same with my Instagram. I want to be posting consistent amounts of reels and photos, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. And when that doesn't happen, it's really easy to get down on yourself and, you know, basically say that you're like not performing up to your standards or whatever. But it's actually not the case. Like, and it's a really dangerous mentality, I think, because it puts me personally in the spot of like, okay, you failed again. And obviously when you think that way, you're not very excited about trying. If you keep having this mindset that you're like failing every single time, then you're not going to want to keep going. And so that's kind of what I've been struggling with for a bit, especially with Instagram and YouTube and all this stuff, is that I keep going into it and being like, okay, this time we're not falling off. We're done fucking around. Like, we're here, we're on it, we're producing content. This time is a time that we're not failing. We're going to meet our goals 10 out of 10 times. 100% of the time our goals are going to be met. But that's inevitable that it's never going to be perfect. And so this time I was feeling a little bit discouraged because I went into LA. He didn't know last week I was in LA for a bit, which is part of the reason why my content fell off. But I went into it thinking that this time I was going to fully still be able to work and produce the content that I wanted to produce while also traveling and having busy days. And that was just kind of unrealistic of me to expect that I would be able to do that without ever having practiced that. And then it took me a little bit longer when I got back to get back into things because I was really discouraged about the fact that I didn't take the time to organize myself effectively enough to be the kind of producer that I wanted to be. And it just led me to kind of backtrack a bit and led me to feel really negatively about my abilities to succeed in this industry. And it's really unfair. I thought about it for the past few days and came to the realization that it's all about learning and growing. And I did grow this time, despite not necessarily making the content that I wanted to make, or the quantity or the quality of content that I wanted to make. It was on my mind. And I'm actually really grateful to have these opportunities to practice making consistent content while traveling. Like, it's unrealistic and it adds a lot of pressure to think that I'm going to be able to go 0 to 100 in unfamiliar and very busy situations. And I think it's more important in those senses to allow yourself flexibility and forgiveness if you don't meet the goals that you're trying to meet, because it wasn't in the books for me in LA. Like, I was so busy, and maybe next trip it will be, you know, and it's all about growth. And so I was listening to this podcast the other day as well. I think it was Jay Shetty who was talking about it, and it was one of the ones about New Year's resolutions. And he was saying, like, one of the reasons why people don't succeed is that we measure our level of success based on our results. So for me, that's being like, hey, I didn't succeed because I thought, you know, I'd be releasing podcasts or posting consistently on Instagram and getting like fire content in LA, which just didn't happen. And so your mind automatically goes to the spot that, okay, you're a failure. And the truth is, when you measure the process instead of the results, you can see that there actually was improvement, and I'm actually getting closer and closer to reaching my goals despite my output, my results not necessarily being there yet. So if you are in this stage where you have goals and you're feeling discouraged about them because maybe your output, your results aren't where you want them to be, I would sit with it for a bit and try and think about the process. Are you learning and growing through this process of trying to reach your goals? And if the answer is yes, then I think that that's something to celebrate. And I think it's something that we all should practice, is just taking some time to really be kind to yourself for not having the results that you want when you want to have them, but instead look at the process of what you're currently doing, and are you growing, and are you learning? And if the answer to either of those is yes, then congratulations, you're doing an incredible job. And that's really all I have today. It was a little bit more off the book than I've been doing, so it's a little bit chaotic and probably circles, me talking in circles, but I just wanted to get that out there. So stop apologizing for learning. Just stop. It's good. Instead, thank yourself for learning, and thank yourself for the opportunities that you're giving yourself to reach your goals and get the results that you want eventually down the road, whenever it will happen, because it will happen. But it's all about learning from each opportunity that you have and moving onwards and upwards. And so yeah, this is coming out on Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, for another episode. It's actually gonna come out. I know you probably don't believe me now, but it's coming. Thank you so much for listening today. I truly appreciate it, and I am honored to have the people in my life who support me in the endeavors that I'm trying to make happen for myself. And you listening or watching this means so very much to me. So I will see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.